In today's video, I just want to catch you up on all the other jobs that I've been on and how they went, and just a quick update on what I brought and how it went and the new plant. So since the doorknob incident, I have been booked for, I think, a total of 4 different jobs. One was going to be for TV mounting, but the client didn't respond in time. They booked me at like 10:30 p.m. the prior evening. They wanted to book me for, schedule me for 9 a.m. the next day. I was in contact with them, I think the next morning at 6 a.m. and then I went to go get a stud finder, and I was watching a bunch of reviews on different stud finders that I should get. I did not end up going on that job, and I'll talk about that stud finder when I actually use it on the job. I have used it around my apartment and I think it's great, but I just want to make sure that I use it in a different home and see how it performs before I talk about it. But anyway, so that I had to forfeit and get it off my record because that person just didn't respond back to me for some reason. Maybe they booked me by mistake, I don't know. But then since then I got 2 furniture assembly jobs on the same day. One was going to be for 9:30 a.m., pretty far, and then another one was a little bit closer, but I guess it doesn't really matter where it was, but it was going to start at 4 p.m. So for both of these jobs, I pretty much brought the same thing. I brought my DeWalt drill with this battery and this one, and for the PM I brought my charger just in case. And then I brought a jar of miscellaneous things that I have, which is like a couple of Allen wrenches, 2 box cutters, 6-in-1 screwdriver, and then I also brought a mini hammer and a regular size 16-ounce hammer from Husky. And then I brought a level, which wasn't really that useful, but I'll get into that in a second. Then I brought a pencil, a measuring tape just in case, but I don't think I used it. I did bring a lead pencil, which came in handy. Okay, so the first furniture assembly job was fairly simple. It was going to be for a Vangsta extension table from IKEA. I think I was there for a total of 1 hour and 10 minutes. I got there, I waited a couple minutes because I couldn't get in touch with her. Don't know why her phone number that she gave me through the app, but her cell phone number didn't work. So I waited a couple minutes outside for that. The assembly took about 45 minutes, and actually the assembly probably took about 30 minutes. It was like fairly easy. I was just kind of figuring out where she wanted to put it, and then she was also looking for a felt to put underneath the legs, and I think that took a while, and then just kind of adjusting everything with her. And then also bringing the old table that was like very lopsided. I helped her bring that to her garbage area, and then also the box that this new table came in, I helped her put that into recycling. So yeah, the whole job took a little bit over 1 hour. I charged her for 1 hour, everything went smoothly, and then I went home, got whatever I needed to get done, and then packed up for the next furniture assembly. So for this one, the client was a very nice man. It was at 4 p.m. and it was on a Saturday. I don't know if that's relevant, but it was going to be for 8 items total. Some small, some bigger, the largest being the bed set kind of. It's like one of those bed with the headboard that comes with these 2 drawers that, you know, slides right underneath. That's not really like attached on the frame, but it just kind of slides underneath the bed frame. So that took the longest. I think that was, I started from 7:35 and it was like almost 10 by the time I was finished with that one. And at that point I was moving a little bit slower. It was the very last one I had to do, and the client had just moved into his apartment, so we bought a bunch of things from IKEA. Everything was IKEA. Okay, so I'm not sure exactly which I started with, but I'm going to talk about what I assembled. So I assembled a utility cart that was like cheap metal, very simple to do, but it came with these little plastic like clip thingies where it comes in like a 2 detachable piece, it looks like, but then you put it through the hole and then you clip it on, and then the two pieces come together. But 3 of those little clip thingies already came collapsed. And so when it's collapsed, the little like expansion type of like flower looking thing is so big that it won't fit through the hole anymore. So I couldn't secure one of the drawers. Clearly remember that because I was trying to hammer it in. It wouldn't work. It would work for a second and I would go to a different section and then pop those and then it would just pop right out. So that, I wasted a little bit of time trying to figure that out, but I ended up just telling the client. He said, no, don't worry about it, just keep moving forward. And then there was like a bigger bookshelf, but same material, like a cheap black metal material, and that came with 3 or 4 racks. So there's that. I also put up a laptop desk, which was very small, and then on one side it had these like wooden wheels, and then a little drawer area on one side, and it was like part metal, part fake wood, so that was pretty easy to do. There were some parts where you need to screw in, but it didn't have pilot holes in them, but the wood was just so thin and like it wasn't actual wood that you can't like drill a hole with the, like actually drill a pilot hole. So you're supposed to just like tap it with a pin to start the hole. And I didn't have something like that where I could tap it, so I just used the actual screw and then I lightly hit it with a hammer and then I screwed it into the hole that I made. So in order to make the hole in the right place, I used a lead pencil. So I was really happy to have that. Happy I had a little lead pencil to make the mark of where the screws are supposed to go. I had 2 chairs to put together, which looked really small and kind of flimsy, but it doesn't really matter. He bought 2 of those chairs and I put those together. The first time I did it, you know, reading the instructions, making sure I made no mistake, putting it all together. But then the second time I put it together with the second chair, it was just so incredible to me how fast I could go. It's like I do it one time and then the second time I was like so on it. Like I didn't even need to look at the instructions. And I was just like, wow, I could totally do this like all the time. The other 2 was pop-up swivel standing chair, and basically that was super simple. It was like 3 pieces or something like that, or 4 pieces, where you have the stand, you have the rod that goes in the middle, and then the plastic covering it, and then the actual chair. And you just kind of pop everything together, and then while you're sitting on the chair, there's like 2 buttons underneath that you can use to adjust the height. So that one took like less than 5 minutes to assemble. And then the other one was this like futon, like more comfier, wider chair, and you just put like a cover over it, and then you put the futon over it, and it just kind of like made so that the back is a little bit more like a relaxing, like leaning chair. So that was pretty simple to assemble as well. The screws weren't like outrageously long or anything like that, so that didn't take too long to assemble. The client thought for this many items it would take about 2 to 3 hours, and I said, okay, well, I usually make myself available till 9. I don't think it's gonna take that short amount of time. I think it's gonna take longer. Will that be okay? Because, you know, if he's expecting it to be 2 to 3 hours from 4 o'clock, maybe he had to be somewhere at 7 or 6 o'clock. So I just wanted to let him know that, because he said it was gonna be a total of 8 items. I was like, okay, from my last experience, it takes like about an hour. I put that drawer together a long time ago. That was my very first job, and that drawer set was just so complicated to do that like it took me over an hour to do that. So I just wanted to make sure that he was aware some IKEA things were gonna be complicated, definitely gonna be more than 3 hours. But he was like, well, if you don't finish everything today, that's fine. Like, you just finish whatever you can and then you can work till 9. But once I got to the very last one, which was the bed, and I realized I don't know where he was sleeping before all the packages came. Maybe that was his like first evening there at the unit, I don't know. But I wanted to make sure I finished it, and I didn't want to leave because I didn't know where the heck he would be sleeping. The bed was like, the mattress was all rolled up nicely. It was like brand new in a plastic bag, and so I just wanted to finish that, and I got to that around like 7:30 and then didn't finish everything till 10. So yeah, that took the longest, and there were some parts in the IKEA manual that said you need 2 people to kind of hold these together to tighten whatever, but I was able to do everything all on my own, and I'm so proud of that fact that I did it. And after everything was done, I made sure, I asked the client, I'm gonna bring these boxes, let me know where the recycling bin is, and if you wanna go look at the other products or look at the bed or everything else that I've been working on, make sure everything is, you know, assembled correctly. If there's any final touches that you want me to do, let me know. And then I also took out the mattress from the plastic and laid it out for him on the bed, and I charged him for 6 hours and 15 minutes because, I mean, he was late, but I was on time, so I didn't think he minded. And then he tipped really well, which was really cool. So yeah, all in all, very great experience. I was exhausted and I was completely out of commission the next day. Like, the tips of my fingers were completely raw. My legs, oh my god, I was just spent. And I was going so fast, and he was like framing pictures on the walls, and like he was busy organizing and whatever, like he had just moved in. And so he was like there, like right there pretty much until the very last thing, which I assembled in the bedroom. He was working on something in the living room. So yeah, I wanted to go as fast as I can. And even if he wasn't watching me, I always like to go as fast as I can because I know I'm hourly, and I also want to be an efficient builder, you know, and I'm not there to just kind of ride the clock or whatever. Like, my rate is super cheap as it is. So, and a lot of this, I'm not expecting my TaskRabbit clients to be my full-time clients for my business, because the rates that these people are used to are just nothing, I feel. And I know that most people are willing to pay more for better labor, so I just wanted to get better and better and more comfortable using all the tools so that I can be full-fledged for my business. Oh, I didn't even explain. I also brought a level to, I think maybe I did. I used a level to make sure that the bookshelves and the utility cart, because you can adjust the these little pegs underneath the legs to see if they're crooked or whatever, but one was gonna be in the balcony and that was level, and the other one was gonna be on the carpet anyway, so I checked it just in case, but it really was nothing to adjust. I think what I'm realizing is I really enjoy furniture assembling. I really enjoy plumbing things, and as a businesswoman, as a business owner, I have the ability to turn down tasks that I'm not going to want to do, or I don't feel like it's gonna be worth my time, or I have that choice. And maybe that's naive to say when I just started my business and you should take any job that you can get, but I also want to be true to myself. The reason why I saw being an economist, a job that I thought was going to be all great, and you know, I'm going to continue learning everything that I can, the whole reason why I did that was because I want to be in charge of the things that I do to make my life possible but still be happy. So I'm going to leave it at that because this video is getting way too long. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you the best of luck in everything that you do. More videos to come. I think the next video will be a little bit different from the handywoman business, but I hope that you still watch and you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Peace.